Hello and welcome to This Food in History. Today we'll be visiting one of my coworkers' favorite items in a phenomenal and simple breakfast or dinner, pancakes. Most of us know about pancakes. Nice and fluffy. It comes with a bunch of different variations, mostly sweet. Some of it's so much sugar that it'll just shut your body down. But hey, where does this glorious gift from the gods come from? Let's find out. Pancakes have a few different milestones in their journey in history. The idea of pancakes can be dated back as far as 30,000 years ago, where archaeologists have found evidence of grinding stones making flour out of cattails and ferns. This would make a hardtack after being mixed with water and baked on rocks that were hot and maybe even greased. Flat cakes from batter equals pancakes. Not just that, we have remains from 5,000 years ago of Otis the Iceman that has pancakes in his stomach contents. The next milestone we can look at is first written examples of pancakes in ancient Greece. Their version of pancakes was famously made sweet with honey. This has evolved today into a version slightly thicker than crepes and drizzled with honey and cinnamon. And sometimes it's topped with cheese, nuts, fruits, and vegetables. We can jump forward to the 1100s, which is when Shrove Tuesday becomes officially tradition for those celebrating Lent, so they can use up their dairy products before it starts. And then in 16th century, Elizabethans ate pancakes flavored with spices, rosewater, sherry, and apples. In the 18th century, it's when America has their maybe first all-American cookbook written by Amelia Simon. It's American cookery with 2 pancake recipes of Johnny cake or hoe cake and Indian slapjack. It's not until the 19th century, though, that the word pancake becomes standard in America. They call them a mixture of things such as Indian cakes, hoe cakes, Johnny cakes, journey cakes, buckwheat cakes, griddle cakes, and flapjacks. This is also the time period where milk and cream start to be used for the batter over brandy and wine in many areas. The rest becomes history and what the States are used to when it comes to pancakes. While this history tracks a lot more for us here in the States, all over the world, pancakes have regional and cultural variants that make the word pancake a loaded term. There are many examples of what these are, but just to name honestly a bit of a list of a few, we've got things like the injera, a pancake which is a flatbread from the Horn of Africa, Ethiopia, and Eritrea. It's a flatbread served with stews and salads. They rip it and dip it, and it seems delicious. The pancake in South Africa is made with a cinnamon sugar and lemon variants. Okonomia is made with flour, egg, and cabbage. Oyaki is stuffed pancakes, and dorayaki is an English-style pancake stuffed sandwiches from Japan. They literally take the normal type of pancakes that Americans would expect, and then they stuff it for making that. They also have the most famous kind, which is the souffle pancakes that are nice, fat, and fluffy ones that are light and airy as a souffle cake would be, but in pancake form. There's some savory ones and sweet ones out of Korea. The chatamari from Nepal actually has meat and eggs on top and eaten similar to pizza. The rishiki is a crepe-like pancake from Pakistan. The sarabi from India uses rice flour and coconut milk. Pek nam is a style from Malaysia and Singapore that does not use a rising agent and is eaten at breakfast with fish curry, coconut sticky rice, dried fish, and more. A more famous variant is the crepe out of France. In the Brittany region, it was hard to grow many grains, and buckwheat was the main grain used. This was turned into a porridge. French legend says that a 13th century housewife, or maybe it was a maid, spilled some of this buckwheat porridge onto a hot skillet and the crepe was born. Other sources actually put the origins even earlier. The earliest found recipe was from a medieval book. La Magie du Paris was from the 14th century. These first crepes are actually not considered crepes by the purists from the actual region. They were savory instead of sweet, which is actually what makes the difference to them. The correct term is a galette. These are actually more savory ones, and the most famous original recipe uses ham, egg, and cheese inside of it. You actually kind of create the crepe base, and then you crack the egg into the center, and it cooks sunny side up there. You surround it with the cheese and the ham after it finishes cooking, and then you fold in the edges, and it makes a little square around it. The crepes were actually not introduced to America until the early 1900s by a French chef named Henri Charpentier. After starting his own restaurant in 1906, original Henri's restaurant and bar, he served the first crepes. Now, we can find pancakes served all over the world in many different varieties, either sweet, savory, thin, thick, fluffy, souffle, or more. You can find them from places like street fairs and shops and homes, and sometimes it's one of the first recipes that many children learn how to make because of their ease of use and how simplistic they are. Pancakes are definitely an incredible and versatile treat. In my opinion, crepes are a little bit harder to make than pancakes are just because of the thickness and keeping them together. And so here we have our pancake variant with our crepes and our normal fluffy cakes. Really all either needs is just a little bit of honey or a little bit of syrup for me, but for you, maybe there's fruit, nuts, cinnamon, savory ones with eggs, cheese, ham, other meats, and that's our wonderful pancakes that we've all grown to know and love in this world. Thank you. And that is another episode of This Food and History. I hope you've enjoyed it. Watch some of our other historical ones and look out next month for our next food that we're going to be featuring. Not sure what it is yet, but I will figure it out hopefully soon. Bye now.